Hello, everyone, and welcome back for another episode of Shuga Says Let's Talk Live. And let's talk we will. I hope everybody has had a wonderful week. I am so excited to see you, even though I can't see you, but I can just feel that energy coming through the screen. And I'm happy that you are joining me. Can you believe that we are almost at the end of the month and almost to 1 month of Shuga Says Let's Talk Live? Yes! I know it is truly exciting. And another thing that is exciting, it is Christmas in July. Yes! Oh, the weather outside, it is frightful because it is hot in the streets and a lot is going on. So the weather and everything can be crazy, but don't worry, you are here with Shuga Says Let's Talk Live for at least for an hour. I'll make sure that you're feeling good and snuggly and filled with joy, glee, and full jubilation. Now, we're going to get started with our hot topics in film and in theater, and there is so much to talk about. Remember, this is 2020. How can we not be talking? And let me kick things off by bringing on my wonderful co-host. Clap it up, y'all. Tyler Price, come and join us on the stream. Yeah.
Hello. I had to make sure I was in the angle. I was like,
I
uh-oh.
understand. I know you got to do a whole lot when it comes to being virtual these days because some of these angles I've seen in these streets is no good. People need to adjust. It's July. They got to get it together. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Just finished this test, but we'll talk about that.
Yes, we will. You're going to give us a wonderful update as what has transpired through this whole busy week. And
Yes.
introducing our special guest for this week, actor, one of my good friends that I've had the wonderful opportunity to perform with, Mr. Stuart Rial.
Oh my
Hey!
gosh. Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey.
How are you doing? How are
Oh, I'm
you?
doing it. 2020 is
Good.
weird.
Yes.
Weird is an
Yes.
understatement. It is an understatement. Well,
Oh
thank
my
you for
gosh.
taking the time out of this weird 2020 to come and join us for Sugar Says
Mhm.
Let's Talk Live and Talk We Will. Now, Stu, you are coming to us from LA, yes?
I am, yeah.
Okay, give us an update as what is going on over there.
Oh my gosh. Well, it's so crazy because it feels like people are living in two different worlds,
Mhm.
right? I mean, like on one hand, you got the people who are practicing social distancing, wearing their masks, not going out in big groups, and then you got the Karens in the Trader Joe's
No,
yelling at the
yeah,
Trader Joe's
Lord.
employees
I
because
know.
they have to wear their mask. I mean, like we don't have to see your face for you to buy your canned tuna. You know what I mean? Just
Exactly.
put on your mask.
Just,
But I
I
mean,
don't understand. But I'm sorry, go ahead, go
yeah,
ahead.
but I mean, no. LA's fine. I think I read today that we now in LA County have 167,000 cases of
Yes,
COVID-19.
surpassing New
Uh,
York City.
yeah, crazy. Yeah, but I mean,
I'm just confused as to when this all happened because it was doing so well. The governor was trying so hard to contain it, and then all of a sudden there was an explosion. I personally feel that that is stemming down from Mother's Day and Memorial Day, all those people that needed to go to the beach, and now the whole state, the whole city, everything is just running rampant over there.
right. I mean, like we're going back. We're now like back
Yeah.
in like kind of stay-at-home orders. Like there's no dine-in. Like you can't go out to malls or anything. So it's weird. It's like this is why we can't have nice things
This is
almost,
why we can't
But
have exactly the reason
also,
why.
why did it take a pandemic for people to realize they need to wash their hands? That's
Look.
what I want to know.
That is the truth. That is the truth. So all that's watching, we like to keep it real here on Sugar Says Let's Talk Live. Wash your hands, do a little soap. I know y'all know, and now you double know. So Stu, how have you been keeping yourself, upbeat and surviving through all of this madness indeed?
Well, I've been right before all of this ended. I was doing some improv workshops, and I was doing commercial workshop. Of course, all that's been put on hold, but fortunately, I've been able to work. I moved into a new place.
Okay.
I've
Yes.
been going on a lot of walks, trying to get a lot of sunshine, stay like centered and grounded, and just take things one day at a time. I mean, I'm just happy to be alive and healthy. You know what I mean?
Amen. Speak it. I love those positive energies. I love that you are working. I love that you are staying safe and you've come up with some good methods to cope. Because to all my friends watching, we are all actors, all performers on this show. So we know what it is to perform, but we also know what it is to need them coins and those bills need to be paid. And that's why we have to keep things creative.
Yeah.
Talking about creative and transitioning during the time of Corona, Tyler, give us an update as what has been going on with you as you have been continuously evolving in the midst of Miss Rona's rampage.
Okay, so I'm actually getting ready to move about 3.5 hours north of New Orleans to go teach at Alexandria Senior High School. I'm going to be teaching theater there. I've waited a while to announce it because I just wanted to make sure everything was kind of set in stone before I did it. But oh my goodness, this past week, I know you all know, and everybody who knows me that's watching know, but like I have never had a driver's license like ever in my life. And last week I took the written exam and like that was great. But there's a difference between writing and, toot toot beep beeping. Yes. So this past week, on Monday, I did my first 4 hours. Tuesday, I did my second. And Wednesday, I took my road test and passed, by the grace of God.
Amen.
Yes.
Come on, 2020 miracle.
Come on, blessings.
Yes. So I'm still waiting for the school. The school I took it with, everything was very rushed because I was like, I need to get this done before I move. So I'm waiting for them to send me the rest of my paperwork. I'll get that tomorrow. And then at the OMV, excuse me, it's OMV now in Louisiana. I will be getting my
what's the O mean?
Motor vehicle Office of Motor Vehicles. Yeah. I know. It's
why
weird.
They have to change that?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
But yes,
Okay, OMV.
the Office of Motor Vehicles. So I'll be going to that in Alexandria. Yeah. But Monday I move into my new apartment, so I have to get like all of this stuff. So it's kind of been just a little bit stressful. And on top of that, there's this like teaching exam that you have to take. Now I'm teaching exclusively theater. That's it. But to teach in the state of Louisiana at a public school, you have to take this certain test to like even get in the door. And the test is on math, reading, and writing. And I have been studying.
And you just finished the test like just before the show.
Yes, I started the test at 1:20 and finished it at Louisiana time like 6 o'clock. It was actually like 6:06. And I was like, I just finished my test. But yes, there was actually a gag with it because, with coronavirus and everything, they're doing the test online. And I thought that I read online that I could have my own scratch paper as long as I had a pencil with an eraser. And then my proctor said, no, you have to have a whiteboard. And I was like, a whiteboard? So I had to do the entire math section in my head. And, we'll see how that worked out. Okay. But I am prepared because the thing is, I'll still have my job without it. It's just that, I need to get that done in a timely manner. So we'll see if I have to retake that dreadful test or maybe just the math portion. We'll see. But, I feel very blessed. I can't wait to get to work with these kids. I can't wait to get to work on my curriculum now that I'm done studying for this test. Like, I just feel so good. And like, honestly, I'm not the only one. I've had about 4 friends reach out to me and say that they're going into, theater teaching of some sort, whether it's technical theater or they're teaching like the drama talented theater program where they're teaching all kinds of stuff, so it's really cool. And I think it's kind of funny that these high school students are about to get all of these young teachers who
That's
just got
how
stripped,
it is.
They got stripped away from their professional careers by this COVID-19. And now they're coming in here to serve the realness. It's like, look, this ain't going to be your grandmother's theater history class. Like, you about to get the full gags, So I'm really excited to get to work on that.
That is definitely fantastic and so unexpected to know that you're going to transition and you're
Oh
getting ready
yeah.
to teach in the time of Corona going to
Oh
school.
yeah.
So you're going to have to be prepared with
Yeah.
whatever.
Well, Sugar, my classes, it's going to be, as long as we're in phase 2, it's going to be half students on Mondays and Wednesdays and half on Tuesdays and Thursdays or something like that. They're only going to be there for 2 days a week. So it's kind of
Yeah,
going to be structured in a weird way, like a college course,
yeah, I know I've heard.
That
while
is
we get
crazy.
Corona. Yeah, I need to get me one of them fancy Beyonce masks, okay, with the little breathable center, because that's gonna be a
With the
lot of
mouth
mask
showing,
wearing.
with the mouth showing, you have to get the one with the mouth showing. You have to indeed, and you're gonna have to endure some testing. Right now, did you go through what the testing will be like on a weekly basis? Do you got to get the nose swab on a day to
Oh,
day?
so I think I'll probably have to get like the normal, just like, that's what
Oh,
I
yeah,
call it, because it just like goes right up your
it
nose.
does.
I'll have to get that one when I get up there. And then at school, what they'll do is they do the little beep beep temperature check thing when you walk
Mm-hmm,
in.
mm-hmm.
So they'll be doing that for all the students. I'll be staying extra. I will be loving them from a distance.
Ah, yes, as you should.
Because I can't be catching the Rona. Okay.
Cannot catch the Rona. Cannot catch
I
the
feel
Rona.
like we all need those like beep beep thermometer
Yeah.
things. Like I want to
Beep,
be walking
beep.
around like just anywhere, just like beep
Beep,
beep,
beep, beep.
six
It is
feet,
true.
6 feet.
It's true. You have to check
Yes.
Yeah.
people for that good Rona. Well, beautiful Tom, thank you so much for updating us. And to all my active friends watching, there is still a rainbow in the sky. There is still light at the end of the tunnel. If you look for it, look, you got 1, 2, 3 examples right here shining before your face to let you know that yes, it is rough in these here Corona streets, but we are alive and we can still keep on trying. And I encourage you guys to. Talking about trying, let's move on to some theater tea. Okay,
Yes.
so let's talk about some
Ooh.
updates. So last week we talked about Mamma Mia going up in Japan. We talked about how Phantom of the Opera has since March been going on in South Korea. And now, more international news. The West End announced this week that Sleepless in Seattle will start rehearsals to go into previews on August 25th to do a full run starting September 1st. Now, the actors will have, and the staff, everybody actually, actors and crew will have daily rapid testing. Okay, they have a lot of procedures in place in terms of costuming, distance. They cannot conjugate the way, we like to hang around in the green room. All those
Mm-hmm.
things have been removed. And so far, based on the article that I read in Playbill, everyone's feeling pretty good, but at least they have an actual show going up and moving forward. And for those that may not be familiar with Sleepless in Seattle, this is based on the 1993 film with Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan. This is the romantic comedy, which seems to be an American classic, but sadly, I haven't seen it. I know, shame on Shuga, but I know
I haven't
that
seen it
people
either.
Oh,
Yeah,
Sugar,
I haven't
I'm
seen
so
that.
happy
shaming
you
us.
haven't seen it.
I've heard the soundtrack though. It got some good music
I
in
was
it.
over
It
here.
does.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there's some
I-
good scenes. And it was written well by our lovely Nora Ephron, who has left us, this planet, but she has left a lot of work. So I think that's very exciting, very progressive. We don't have anything like that happening right now in the States. But what was announced from the States from a virtual perspective came from producer Hunter Arnold, who has restructured his company that was called Play It Forward, that he opened in April or launched in April. And now he has relaunched it and is called it On the Stage Streaming. And he is providing the service of producing, marketing, ticketing, library of approved plays and musicals for theaters to use. So although we cannot gather together like all these other international theaters, now theaters, we can start doing some streaming because he's providing this service. And for those that may be interested, you can go onto playbill.com. He has been having some virtual Q&As happening this week for people that may want to learn more about that. I think this is great. If we cannot gather in person, we need to come up with some methods, because I feel just sitting around and waiting to see how things are going to happen or what I don't think that's a solution. And I know that theater in its form could be a little bit more traditional. Some people may classify it as archaic at times, but I feel that if William Shakespeare was around during this time, he wouldn't be sitting around waiting to see what was going to happen.
No.
He would definitely be like, I don't know about y'all, but I'm about to reconstruct and come up with a new idea. And I feel like that's what we need to do. Stu, what are your thoughts on these theater tea items?
Well, I think first of all, it's really cool that there's now a resource that people can use
Yes.
to put on shows again. And it's going to look
Yes.
a little different. But like I said in the first like 5 minutes, 2020 is weird. So how do we
Yeah.
keep up with the weirdness? And so it's cool to see people sort of like using their brains in different ways. And I think in the beta testing like version of this, it was free, but now like you
Yes.
have to pay a little bit, but
Right.
they've made it to where you can kind of put that money, like that price, into the ticket price, so you kind of pay for the services through the ticket sales. Right? So it's really cool that like, yeah, we're navigating this like unprecedented time right now, but people are kind of coming together and trying to make it work as best that we can, because like things are changing. It's
Yes.
And we have to move with it.
You
can't swim against it. You can try, but I think ultimately we're going to have to all lean into it.
I 100% agree. Ty, what are your thoughts?
Well, first of all, I love that, you know, I am a proponent. I'm like, look, if y'all can get back in there, get back in there safely, and let's move forward. Let's do this new normal. Let's take over. I mean, you see film is moving forward. And like, it's almost like I feel envious because I'm like, am I in the wrong union? Like, you know, because film is moving along, and they've been, I mean, the music industry and the film industry have been coming up with creative ways to keep themselves going. Like we saw with the BET Awards. I'm sure we're going to see it with the VMAs. You know, things are moving on. Even reality shows are coming back.
Yes, Big Brother. Yes, they are.
Exactly. So I think it is time. It's that appropriate time for theaters to be like, you know, it's time to stop feeling bad for themselves and start thinking of, you know, ways that they can move on. I mean, I know even with me, with the kids, I really want to put on 2 productions this year, but the first semester looks like we can't. And then I looked at MTI just out of nowhere, and they have all of these live streaming. Like they have a list of shows that you can live stream. Disney has a full list that you can live stream, and there's specific guidelines with it, but there's a unique way that we can put on a production in the fall or in the winter, even if we still have to social distance, you know what I mean? So I hope that theaters really, you know, now schools have a little bit more freedom with the rights and stuff to some of these shows, but like, you know, I hope that theaters start looking into those safe ways instead of, you know, just thinking, oh, well, my theater can't open, you know what I mean? So we're just not going to do anything and go broke. Like, you know, there's some, if you put your mind to it and if you're in tune with the times, I think you can produce some great work during this time.
I agree. And as Stu said, people are trying to swim against it, but you're going to drown. I think that there are some amazing jewels that can be discovered during that time. I mean, look at us broadcasting from 3 different locations on the planet.
3 different time zones.
3 different time zones.
Really?
Thank you. We are. And we are making it work. And this is the gift that technology brings. And yes, I agree that we should lean into it. So to my theater friends, you heard it from us here. We are all friends. Lean into it, friends. Don't fight it, because you will lose. Talking about a battle we can never seem to lose, Comic-Con at Home has announced Chucky is back again.
Chucky is always back.
He is always back. Okay, so at Comic-Con, which this would be the weekend for it in California, but because of Corona, it is canceled, but not canceled, but just revamped. And so you can watch it at home. And there are like all of these different shows coming up on all these various platforms. You can see the cast and everything talking. If you go on to comiccon.com or Playbill, you can catch all the updates on YouTube. And one of the big announcements that have come out of it will be Chucky is now going to be a weekly series. And because one network can't contain this monstrous dog monster, okay, it will be on USA and on the Sci-Fi Network, and it is coming 2021. And for all those that are just overjoyed and jubilated, okay, the original actor that has been voicing all of the Chucky films since the original one in 1988. He did not do the remake last year. He opted not to, but he's done all the others. He is on board for this project to voice Chucky for the series. I see the look you giving me, Stuart. That's just how I feel every time I read another Chucky article. I know it is a cult classic. I have seen the films, but I never understood why everyone was afraid because he's a doll. So I feel like, why can't you just kick the doll? But then we've seen in the films that he never seems to die. He keeps coming back. And I guess with him keep coming back, people keep watching because there's this films after films. But then I feel like if you like it, I love it. There are jobs being produced. Another generation is learning about Chucky because this is since the 80s, the 90s, and now well into the 2000s. He's with us. I hope it's written because I'm all about a good script, so hopefully it does well. But I may watch it to review it to tell everybody what Shuga has to say about that. But I don't know if I'll be a weekly watcher of this show. Tyler, your thoughts on Chucky coming back to us?
Well, first of all, welcome back, Stuart, because you were frozen for a second, and I was waiting for you to blink. I was like, oh my goodness. We are talking about Chucky, and Stuart is not blinking.
Chucky has come into my body now.
I know. I was like, Shuga, I think you need to stop talking about Chucky because he might be here.
I did not know he was frozen. Lord, that's how he keeps coming back. That
Yes.
gone knows how to creep up on you. Oh my God, welcome back, Stu.
Look,
I didn't know that.
Oh my
Chucky
God!
inhabits
I was
you.
literally, I was like, can they see me because I can't hear anything? What do I do with my face right now?
Oh my goodness, I didn't know. Well, that's why I have a co-host because I was just yammering and yammering. See,
Yes,
I have no
I
tech
like it.
people. I have no tech people at current in my
Right.
life, so I can't be like, Bill, where's
Yes.
the guest?
Bill,
You
where's
know?
Stu?
Bill,
But no,
we lost Stuart. Bill.
as far as like, I can't really look, I can't knock remakes because you're talking to one of the guys who I own every Bring It On. Every time they release another one of those cheerleader movies, I am watching it like I am 7 years old watching the first one.
Okay.
I love sequels. Give me more Toy Stories. Now look, I don't watch Chucky. I was one of those kids that when I saw like the commercials for the beginning, I was like, no, what we're not going to do is put the mom from Seventh Heaven in this situation.
Right.
So I just do not watch the Chuckies. But for the people who do watch the Chuckies, I am very happy for you. And I'm
True.
happy that you get to find some joy in 2021. I will be finding joy in other places.
Yes, I'm with you. Away from Chucky, but I still will watch to see what Shuga has to say about that. Stu, now that you're back with us, your thoughts on Chucky coming back, but now to Sci-Fi and USA.
First of all, it's good to be back. No, I'm kidding. No, I mean, like, I'll probably watch it. I mean, I love watching anything like that. Like, did you guys ever see Castle Rock on Hulu? It's like the Stephen King multiverse.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
okay,
but
no?
I do love Stephen King.
No,
I
but that sounds
Me too.
interesting.
But it's surprisingly good. So I mean, like, I might watch it. I never understood the hype with Chucky because I was like, who gave this like Cabbage Patch Kid a knife? And also, you know what I mean? And also,
and
like,
keep giving it to the doll.
right? And I don't know. It always seems so weird to me. But also, like, isn't the whole premise of it like this like serial killer did like voodoo or something on this doll so that he could keep killing?
Yes.
Why did he choose a doll and not like a mannequin or something?
I can't remember. I would have to go back in time. For those that are watching, if you know the answer to that, please let us know. Still, I couldn't even tell you. Maybe it might have been an accident that it worked out that way. But you know, I don't think he intended to be in that doll. I think it was a mere accident. And this accident happened in 1988, but it's been bringing the people money ever since. So,
Come on, yeah.
What can we say about that?
Well, you know what?
Best of luck.
To tie it back into working actors, you know, somebody's getting a paycheck, and I'm happy
Yes.
for happy for them. So yeah.
I am too. And for that guy to still be working from 1988 doing the
my
same
gosh.
voice, well, you know what? That is pure joy and jubilation. That let those checks keep raining down, because as performers, we know about that coin. So as long as I don't have to keep auditioning and I have this job coming in, praise be. Talk about coins coming in. Oh, real quick, for those that are again interested in partaking in the Comic Con festivities at home, it is running now from June 23rd up until July July 23rd until July 26th. So if you're into Chucky and all of the extra stuff, go tune into that. You're gonna love it. Speaking of returning, the return of Cookie Lyon. So Taraji P is in talks with Fox for a spinoff of Empire. We don't know the name of the show yet, but it's going to be centered around Cookie Lyons, because can we just leave Cookie like that? Can she just disappear? I don't think so. Now, because of Corona, Empire had to end abruptly. I feel that the producing team did come up with a creative way of ending the show, but I still feel like after 6 years, I believe, it did not feel like a good, suitable wrap up. And Lee Daniels was in talks and figuring out how they could give the fans something extra, but then talks about Cookie coming back, kind of like, well, let's go away with Empire and then bring Cookie and let's see her story and how it goes on. So the premise so far that I've read via Deadline is we'll see Cookie heading to LA and finding new talent there. So still there may be a job there waiting for you. And there will be some of the Empire familiar faces going to be seen on the show. No date yet on when we're going to see this, because this announcement was just made this week. But I will say that Taraji's having a great 2020 thus far. Her hairline was released. She started her new entertainment company, TP Entertainment.
All right,
okay.
Now.
And this is the first big project, because for those that don't know, Disney also owns Fox. This is, I think last year it bought it. So this is the new project under the new Disney Fox. So come on now, Taraji, getting those coins. And another thing that Taraji said is she felt like it was incomplete with Empire, and she likes to complete things. And as an artist, you know, we want to see things from the beginning to the end, especially if we've been with something so long. So she is overjoyed and thrilled. And we know she's going to do spectacular through quarantine. She was like, oh, my hairline, y'all may not be going to the stores, but I'm going to make sure that y'all remember my hairline. So she was doing her hair on Instagram with her own hair products. She was braiding it up. She was washing. She was styling. I'm like, I need to go out and buy it just because Taraji is using her own product. So I appreciate her hard work on and off the screen. She's a boss, and I will be tuning in because I have to tune in for Taraji and see what she has going on. Tyler, your thoughts on Cookie Lyon returning?
Okay, so I think it's so interesting that and I like the point you made about Fox coming in with Disney coming in with the new coin, because Taraji famously said, I think, and this is crazy because I think it was around this time last year, that she cannot wait for Empire to be over because she's ready to put Cookie to rest and ready for it to go into syndication.
Right.
So when I got your text saying Cookie Lyon, now of course everything that was before the world turned upside down for Empire. Okay. But once I heard about a Cookie Lyon spinoff, I was like, yes, oh my goodness, I can't wait. But then I was like, oh, wait a second. Now, Taraji, you know what I mean? I also find it interesting because, Power, 50 Cent show, like the parallel to Empire, is also doing like 6 spinoffs.
Oh, yeah, because he plays no games.
He plays no games.
Like, I'm going to get this money. It's going to keep on coming.
And guess what? I will be watching every spin off. But I am very, very happy for Taraji. I love to see her winning. I love to see her thriving. And I think that, people forget that she has been in the game and just has been killing it consistently You know
Yes.
what I mean? Consistently killing it. She's worked with some of the biggest names in
Mhm.
Hollywood. So it's really good to see her getting her coin and getting her checks and getting her recognition. She's one of those people where I feel like, yes, she's done so much, but there's still so much that she can do and that she can be exposed to. Like, I don't think we've seen the last of her at the Oscars. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I'm really excited for this, and I think it's a step in the right direction.
I agree. And before you chime in real quick, Stu, talking about this industry and when people say things and then they come back. So Law and Order, I remember cut it heavy with the actor. I can't remember his name right now, the one that played Stabler. They're like, oh, you can go
Mhm.
about your business. And he's like, oh, you want to let me go? That's fine. Because 9 years ago when he was cut from the show, he has not stopped working. He's had shows on
Yes.
Hulu. He's had films. He's been doing so many projects and doing wonderfully. And now I saw earlier this year that he'll be returning to Law and Order SVU in addition to having a Stabler spinoff. So in the business of entertainment, you just never know. At the end of the day, it's not about black and white. It's about the almighty dollar green.
Come on,
That's
yeah.
all that matters. All right, Stu, let us know your thoughts about Cookie Lyon returning.
Well, okay, I have to be completely honest. For years, when people were talking about empire, y'all, I thought they were talking about the Roman Empire. I
Oh,
did
that's
not
good.
know. I did not know. I did not know what this show was about until like 2 years ago when that whole scandal happened with
Oh, with
Oh
Jesse.
yeah.
Smollett.
And,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's what. So then I was like, oh, it's not about the Roman Empire. It's
No.
about a family. And so
Oh, family.
uh,
Uh-oh, did we lose him again?
I
Uh-oh, the network's trying to break us
I
up. Stu,
I
you said the
watch the
wrong
show, but I
word.
love a spinoff, and
Uh-oh, Stu,
also
we've lost you. We've
love
lost
that
you. We can't
they're
hear
all
him. We've lost him. He's frozen again, y'all. We're going to wait. Every time we start touching
Yes.
topic, we start breaking up,
That's
okay?
Fox. That's
freezing.
That
Disney. We
we
got to be
do,
careful.
we do. Still, you're frozen again in
I'm
time. We're just gonna I'm gonna take you out
okay.
and then bring you back. Let's see what's happening. This is when I need a tech person on site. That's okay. It will
Yes.
come. It will come. Right? Is he back? He's
He's
still
coming.
frozen.
He's
Oh
coming.
my gosh! You know what? It's okay. This is the technical difficulties that we have.
Yes, it's all
Right, so
good.
we're doing this like live, troubleshooting, but it's okay.
Yes,
Let me
this is
see.
not pre-recorded.
This is
Okay.
not pre-recorded. This is Sugar Says Let's Talk Live. I see him backstage. That's what it's called, the backstage area. He's still frozen.
Yes.
Still, if you are watching us, please get the network up and running so we can bring you back into this conversation.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how it goes sometimes during the live. And
Well,
talk about live. Oh,
mhm.
yeah, go ahead. Go
Well,
ahead. Go
he's
ahead.
so and Stabler, I call him Stabler. I think his real name is Christopher Milani.
I think
But I
so.
call him Stabler because that's what we grew up with. I mean, this
We
show's been going
did.
on for almost
That's
every
right.
year of my life.
Yeah, I
It's on
think it's moving on this 26
2022.
years.
Oh,
No, I think it's
26?
older than that.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
been going on
I,
for
it's, oh, I think it's
and
going on
it's a
to 26.
spinoff of the original Law and Order, which is
It
crazy.
was. There's a bunch of franchise going on with that Law
Yes.
and Order,
So
and it
I'm
keeps on
I'm really
going.
excited, and I'm excited about
I am
Cookie.
too. I am too. And I'm glad to see them back together again. Because in addition to being
Mhm.
working companions, him and please guys don't kill me. I think her name is Miss I'm not even gonna try to say her
Yeah,
name.
no,
You
no,
know,
no.
you know who she is. The two of them are great friends on and off the camera and have been that way for 4 years. So
Yes.
it's been very, very, very good that they're back. Stu is trying to come back on. Oh, I
There we
think
go.
we see him. Here we go. He is come back. Welcome back. You know what? That's just how it goes.
I
You
love
just
it.
have to just embrace the technical difficulties and everything. That's just how it goes down.
I think my Wi-Fi has COVID.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Can we get a ventilator?
Oh
I think so.
no.
You forgot to do the beep. You got to check his temperature every now and then.
My
Speaking about
gosh.
temperature checks and things getting hot in the house. So, making her debut album as a singer, our actor friend, well, not our friend, but we're all part of the same community. Condola Rashad's new album,
Oh my
Space
goodness.
Daughter. Now, for her musical project, she's just going as Dola, okay, and it is called Space Daughter, and I think there's about 5 or 6 tracks on it, and she released her last track on it with a video this week, and it's actually good. Listen to the full album. It's very Beyonce-esque, okay, from the style of how she sings right on down to her concept of the videos. She wrote, produced, and co-directed her videos and co-directed with this project. And she did it during quarantine. So come on, quarantine magic. You know, I like Condola, of course, because she's coming from Felicia and Ahmad Rashad. So she comes from great stuff. And I do enjoy her as an actor. So see her branching out and being proactive. Like, the stages are closed, that doesn't mean I stop working. I'm going to keep on coming up with different creative things to do. So cheers to you, Condola. And for everybody, if you have not taken a listen to Condola, it is out on all the musical platforms. You can go ahead and take a peek at that. Stu has disappeared. He will come back. Tyler, tell me your thoughts on Space Daughter.
So I'm really excited to see her doing this project. I only was able to listen to a little bitty clip because, and I didn't listen to, other albums either because I've been studying. So I like to put on what I'm familiar with, so I'm not really paying attention. You know what I mean? It's like in the background. Right. But I do want to say, now she's done, correct me if I'm wrong. She do a show on Broadway?
Yes, she did.
And
she
then
did
she
Stay
did.
Fly.
And then didn't she do Steel Magnolias on Lifetime?
Yes, she did.
And now she has this album. I think I like this transition of, and from what I hear, it's not, it's more of a contemporary type album.
It is.
And I really like the idea of being able to do it all as an artist. Because if you remember, like Barbra Streisand, she was pop music back then. Like, she was pop music back then, and she was dominating the stage, the TV screen, and the radio. Yes. So I like to see artists diving into all three and putting that in the forefront again. So I'm proud of her. I live for that kind of stuff. And I think, this is a perfect example of, quarantine awakening one of those things, because she's probably sat back and been like, I want to make an album. I want to do this. I want to do that. And the quarantine just artistically, propelling her forward, if you will.
Right. And I love that too. What I think is that, okay, first let me see it. Stu, are you with us? Can you shake it? With troubleshooting? I think Stu is not. Stu, are you there? Are you really there?
I think I'm here.
Okay. I think he's here, or he's trying to be here.
I think it's me. I think I'm here.
Oh, he's going real robotic. We're not sure. He's frozen again in time. He's sorting it. Are you there? Are you blinking for real this time? Okay, I think he's here. He's here, guy. He's here. What I feel is amazing as artists, that we have the opportunity to do a variety of things, because back in the day, you only were able to do your one craft. And when you aged out of that, what did you do? But now we have opportunity to be able to say, I mean, look at Ice-T. Look at Ice Cube. They were rapping, and then they're like, I can't rap until my 60s. And then they moved into acting. I mean, Ice-T been on Law and Order SVU for like a ton of seasons, and all he is performing as himself, basically. Ice Cube has done series of films, family films. Look at The Rock, went from wrestling to doing films and doing a variety of other things. So I like that we have the flexibility now to venture into other aspects of art, and to just see, flex our muscle and see what shines bright, because we're just not one track. So for those that have not had the opportunity, take a listen to Dola's album Space Daughter, and let me know your thoughts. Ty, I really wanted to hear your thoughts on this, and you're gonna have to let us know next week, because I know how much of a Beyonce fan you are, and I wanted to see if you were able to hear those Beyonce-esque tones going on in her singing. But let me know when you have the opportunity to take a listen. Stu, your thoughts on Space Daughter?
I watched 2 of the music videos, and they were so cool. Did you see them?
I did.
I saw Blue and Two Fire, and it was incredible.
Yeah, the Two Fire, that's the one that came out this week.
Yes. Yeah. But yeah, I think I think that I was reading an article, and you probably talked about this when I was off in Spaceland or wherever I just was. But she, like, all of the money that she's who knows, 2020 is weird. But you know, she is donating all of her money.
Yes, she is to COVID relief, right?
Is it happening again?
Oh no, that was me. I lost all three of us.
Can you hear
I was
me?
like, whoa.
Am I here?
Yeah, I hear you.
You're here. We can see you. Be with us, everybody. That's just how it goes when you do it live. I have no tech team yet, so Suga's doing it all by herself, but that's okay. That's okay. Stu, are you with us? You were telling us about her donating her money. I think she's donating her money to COVID relief.
COVID relief, and also the food bank of New York City, and then she's also going to be doing some justice groups and like LGBTQ organizations, which is really cool. And you probably touch on this, but it's really cool that she's using this time to fulfill herself creatively and also put her creative spirit out into
yes, I support that.
To see.
So again, for all our actor friends watching, just because the theater doors are closed doesn't mean that your lovely face cannot shine a bright into the world. So you can still be creatives no matter what the case is. Speaking of another creative that was in the quarantine, making magic, Taylor Swift's new album came out at midnight. Okay, 16 tracks. She did not tell the fans, and then all of a sudden she's like, "Tune in tonight, guys! Surprise!" Now I'm, I listen to Taylor Swift here and there. I'm sorry, guys, I don't even remember the name of the album because it came out so quickly. And I put hold on now, I put Taylor Swift. Hold on now, I put Taylor Swift. Let me hide that. Let me hide that. See, doing too many things. But Taylor Swift's new album is out. She did it all in quarantine. And so far, a little bit that I've heard of it sounds really lovely, sounds really brilliant. But again, that she was able to create this amazing album. She was inspired to put more positive energy amidst all of the madness that's going on in 2020. And as artists, we have that voice. And I feel like it is also our responsibility to shine that light because there's so much negativity and we bring joy to people. So we should bring even more joy during this time. Stu, your thoughts on Taylor Swift's album, not Taylor Swift. Your thoughts on the album. Did you get a chance to take a listen to it? Did we lose him?
No, he's here.
He's frozen again. Uh-oh. Okay.
Well, I listened to a bit of it, and it has like a...
Oh my gosh.
Oh, are you back? Yeah,
are you back?
I think he is.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Stu, your thoughts on Taylor Swift?
Oh my gosh.
It's rough in these streets. Are you there? I think he's gone again.
Wow, truly just living in the moment. Yeah. So did you just ask me about Taylor Swift's new album?
Taylor Swift's new album.
Is that?
Uh-oh. We lost it again. Ooh, we are going through it today. And Shuga says it's Talk Live. Where is my tech person?
First, like,
Lord.
I got to listen to I can't hear you. For some reason, I'm having a lot of technical difficulties.
Oh my
We need to get Bobby in here.
We do need to get Bobby in here. My God, it makes me feel like
you ask me about
makes me feel like I'm having a Teddy Riley moment. Okay, y'all, don't call me the Teddy Riley of live talk shows. Okay, this is just for today. We are having a struggle. Bill, he doesn't exist yet, but one day I'll have a real tech person. We're gonna let Stu get his tech stuff together to sideline. Tyler, tell us your thoughts real quick about Taylor Swift's new album.
Yeah, so just like Condola. Oh my goodness. See, I'm out of it. No, but just like Condola.
Taylor Swift.
I was having, I've been studying, so I didn't want to really distract myself, but I will listen to both tonight. Now, I did listen to one song because I had my title on and it came on my shuffle on my title because I was studying into midnight. And I heard this song and I said, what is going on? And then I went on and I said, wait a second, this is a whole new album. And you know her albums are long, okay?
Long.
And I'm a Swiftie. Like I love Taylor Swift. Now I listened to I listened to the first song, and I believe she dropped the F-bomb. And then I was like, uh-oh, but it kind of sounded like a John Mayer-esque type of album. So I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna have to dive back into this. Now I know the fans have been going crazy over these lyrics because apparently the lyrics have subtle little moments in it, you know.
Oh no.
Did you lose me?
Oh my goodness, what's happening to us today? Is there a
happening?
rainstorm? It's the hurricane. I'll blame it on the hurricane. What's happening? Oh my word.
Wow.
Lord, we are having a day today with these technical problems. Okay, so you were saying it reminded you of a John Mayer, like we all sort of, that's okay.
It gave me a John Mayer vibe, and I was liking it. But you know, I got to listen to the full thing. I got to really give you the full tea, the full album review,
Yes.
if you will. Maybe I'll upload on Monday.
Yes. Okay, let us know. Oh, Stu has left. I think he's gonna come back in again. So let us know your thoughts about that. Talk about those that are struggling as well. Kanye West breaks down this week. Stu, if you were watching, check your internet connection and jump back into the conversation. Okay, guys, so Kanye West had his presidential campaign in North Charleston, South Carolina this week, and he had an emotional breakdown as he spoke about family, faith, and his mother, who we know that he lost back in 2007 and has never ever really quite been the same. Since then, he has been, you know, at a dark place, and we've seen Kanye go to this before. He just went into another one of his really dark breaks. So much so, you know, after that, then the media caught him in Walmart. I know that Dame Dash flew down to see how he was doing, and that's nice that he has a friend to go on down. And then today, Kim Kardashian on her Instagram, she said, can we please have compassion for Kanye? He has been diagnosed with bipolar disorder, which is incredibly complicated and painful, which I agree with that. I know there's talks about them. This is all rumors about them possibly getting a divorce. I know I would feel like that may be good, but then there are children involved, and we've seen how that has gone together for Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt and their whole little debacle with their divorce and all those children. So anytime children are involved, it gets very complicated. I think Stu is back with us. Let's bring him in the conversation. Any type of mental disorder is very difficult, and bipolar is also, you know, very common among artists, and he's very brilliant, Kanye, and with that brilliance and with his creativity comes some negative impacts with him trying to balance the scales. He was supposed to release his album called Donda with Child today that he announced earlier this month. It was supposed to be accompanied with a film. And then, like myself as well, a bunch of fans, we were looking for it and we couldn't find it, and we can't find Kanye. But maybe he doesn't need to release an album, because he released a gospel album and that was supposed to give him the healing that he needed, but it didn't. Now he's releasing Donda, that's his mother's name, as another way to release his healing. And I feel that I just want Kanye to go away and really take some time to himself. And I do pray that people do give him some grace, like Kim said, because it's not fair for people to judge, especially if you don't know what it is, to number one, deal with a mental disorder, to deal with depression, to deal with any of those, or you don't know anybody. So it's so easy for people to judge, and they've never been in those situations. But those things are very hard, and they can sneak up on you, and they're just very hard and complicated to deal with. So I send prayers out to Kanye, and I just want him to heal. He has never been the same since his mother died. And even with his marriage and even with his children, I don't think, in my opinion, that those things are fulfilling what he needs, because he always goes back to the same very place. And I would hate because I'm a heavy Kanye fan, to open, well, I'm about to say open the papers, but to open my phone and to see some really terrible headlines of what he might have done to himself, because we've seen those things happen in the past with really brilliant creatives. I always think about Heath Ledger. You know, look how brilliant he was, did an excellent job with the Joker, and then we saw what happened to him. Philip Seymour Hoffman, who I still miss his brilliance. What's our comedic friend?
Robin Williams.
Robin
Yeah.
Williams. So we have to be patient. We have to be loving. Although they're celebrities, they're still humans like us. And I just pray that Kanye finds the peace he needs, because I feel that he just needs some peace. Tyler, your thoughts on Kanye?
I just think he's such a legend, you know, and it's hard because we have our Facebook rants and we have the things that we say to each other when we're just ranting with our friends or having moments with our friends. And we've all had, like, I know I've had, you know, little breakdowns in front of people before that I wouldn't have wanted to be filmed on an iPhone and broadcast on every news network. So I think that people should have a bit of grace with that. You know, it's okay to, you know, when he announced his presidential campaign and people were making jokes about it, I was okay with that. You know, I was like, we needed some humor in this time. If, you know, I know some people were concerned about joking about it because the presidential race is so serious, but, you know, I think the presidential race has been serious, and since we didn't take it seriously to begin with, that's why we in this mess. So Kanye kind of pointed that out, you know. But like, what I, not to get on that, but like what really upsets me about the situation right now is the fact that, you know, I just don't want. How do I say this in the right way? I don't want this to be something that hurts Kanye and boost everybody around him, if that makes sense. And I want to keep it right there because I don't want to make any judgments about the home and what's going on in the home. And we all know I love the Kardashians, you know what I mean? That's my kind of TV. But I just think that this is such a serious situation. He is somebody that the Black community, you know, we may correct him and check him as we do with our own accordingly. But he is a treasure. You know what I mean? I put him up there with all of the legends. And it was unfortunate to see his fallout with Jay-Z years ago. So to see this, it's just like, I'm not sure if he has the people around him who he came up in this business with to keep him there. Now, I did see that Dave Chappelle went to visit him.
Oh, he did too?
Yes.
Okay,
so, or at least I heard about that, I think, on The View when I was watching The View. But I think that that will be good for him because we all know what happened with Dave Chappelle. He was like, before I let y'all get me, I'm going to go away. So I hope that he's encouraging Kanye to do some soul searching and handle his business so we can come back to the artist and he can, you know, kind of tell us what's been going on through his art instead of through campaign rallies where he, you know, expresses his pain in a very concerning way.
Yes, indeed. 2020 got people all kind of breakdowns, and I don't like to see Kanye break down. That was a bad break. Stu, your thoughts on Kanye? Stu, are you there?
He's here.
You know, it's just hard because I'm here. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me? You know, I was just gonna say it's just hard because, you know, it's like what Peter Parker's grandmother or aunt said in Spider-Man. It's like, with great power comes great responsibility, right? And I think that he is so famous, and it is kind of up to, you know, fans and the public to, in general, hold these people accountable. And it's just and the presidential thing is just, so for me, it's just like we're living in such an important moment right now, where like the leadership of this country is so important. I don't know. I wish Kanye the best. I hope that he gets the time away that I think that he needs. And I pray for him. You know, I don't really have a whole lot to say about Kanye, but I wish him the best.
Okay. Well, that is good and fair. Ultimately, we all wish Kanye the best because we don't want to see him end up like any of those people that are listed. And for all of the viewers watching, if you yourself are struggling, 2020 is some crazy times, and everybody is struggling, and we all can attest, I feel, to going through the roller coasters of waves emotionally as performers, and everybody goes through them top to bottom. So whether you're A, B, C, D, and every other alphabet as an entertainer, everyone is going through it, and not being able to perform, which is a therapy for us, adds to the madness. So please, if you as well, you may not be going through Kanye West type of breakdown, but if you are struggling, please reach out. There are many entities out there that can help you. If you want to DM me, a sister loves doing research to help people. Tyler as well, he had volunteered himself for being a resource as well for finding information. We are all here to help each other as artists.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, we want to make sure we care for each other so that we can be ready when these doors open, so we can all get that coin. And talking about being responsible and getting the coins, everyone needs to wear your mask.
Where's
Tyler,
my
give us your. I know I was looking for mine too.
I was looking for my little mask.
I ordered some new masks, and I have a little. Okay, still has his. Yes, my friend, she made this for me, and she knows that I sing. I'm like, okay, so I can sing with the mask. Okay, there's so many different festive colors. There's so many positive ways that you can wear your mask. I see yours still be in style. Still be jubilated and being healthy, because it's not just about you, it's about everybody. Health experts right now are asking the US to go back, or they're suggesting that it goes back into quarantine. Now, you know, people not feeling that. However, if people weren't in such a rush to go to the beach and do everything that they really had to do, we wouldn't even be contemplating that. But so please, everyone, be safe out in these streets and wear your mask. You can come up with some many lovely patterns. You can be stylish and still wear your mask. Tyler, your final thoughts on this subject before we conclude.
I think that it's so simple. You know, I am like the king of socialization, and I live in New Orleans right now. So like, of course I want to go out. Of course I want to have fun. Of course I want to interact with people. You know, touching is like my love language, but we can't do that right now. And you can still, here's the gag though, you can still live your life. You can still go out there with that mask on your face and do everything that you can do without it. So why not just wear your mask? Why not just, if you want to go to a restaurant, go to a restaurant. Just make sure you're safe. You know what I mean? We can live our lives.
Distance, right?
And social distance. Like, it is not hard to social distance. It is 6 feet away from someone. They can still hear you through the mask. You know, so it really upsets me that people aren't taking this seriously, even after I thought it was just, oh, well, they're waiting for the president, you know, and it just sucks that this has been politicized for so long that people don't understand when it's time to literally just be like, yo,
put it on.
I'm covered. That's my mask. Okay, it's covered. I'm covered.
Right.
Because it's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. And I think, you know, shout out to celebrities who are putting on their masks to go walk their dogs and do all these things because they know the paparazzi is going to snap them. And like, you know what I mean? As they should, because they're giving us great examples to look by, and they're using their influence to help save this country, you know? And I just encourage everyone to just get with the cause. You know, I don't want this to get worse, but when it gets better, you want to be a part of the team that made it better, not the team that prolonged it to go on longer because you didn't want to wear a mask.
Exactly.
That's my final thought.
And I support that final thought. Stu, your final thoughts and wear a mask. Are you with us?
He's just delayed. But he's here.
Okay. I think I'm here.
Final thoughts and your thoughts on wear your mask.
Oh, it must be the time zone. Well, okay. It's just, for me, it's like, it's how
yes, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, great. No, I mean, it's like what Tyler was saying. It's not hard. Like, it's just like putting on your socks, except you put one thing on your face. I don't understand the big like hubbub about it. You know, one of my good friends was posted on her Instagram story the other day. Her mom just got diagnosed with cancer, and a lot of the hospitals out here in LA are at or near capacity. So when you wear those masks, you're not wearing a mask only for you. I mean, I'm sure you guys touched on this. I was off somewhere. I don't know,
Space
but
daughter.
it's not just about you. If the hospitals fill up and like people like with cancer or other illnesses need to get in there and they can't because like it's all filled up with COVID patients. I mean, like, then what do we do with those
Right.
people? It's just taking these steps that can help keep everyone healthy for as long as possible, because I don't think that we just don't have the infrastructure. Like, our healthcare doesn't have the infrastructure to deal with the volume of
Yes.
people coming in.
Yeah.
So I think that it's not an attack on your civil liberty. It's not an attack on your identity. Just wear a mask, be respectful, do it for other people, be kind. It's not hard to be kind.
Right. And everyone should be
That's right.
more kind. In addition to the pressure on the healthcare structure, the government's not going to keep on cutting checks. You're not going to keep on getting stimulus. You're not going to keep on getting $600, because if there's no money coming in, there'll be no money coming out. And that's about what Shuga has to say about that. I want to thank all my guests today. Yes, we had some technical problems, but you know what? It's the age of 2020 Corona. We're all
Yes.
trying to make it work. I thank everybody for coming in and viewing this show that we're almost at a month of this live. I hope that you guys have been enjoying it. I hope that it is something positive for you. I know I look forward to talking to Tyler and whoever our special guest is every week. And we just want to send out some love and positive vibration, because as Stu said, we need to be more kind in the world. What the
Yes.
world needs now is love, sweet
Yes.
love, and of course something good to drink. So those are my final words. So on that, everyone, please enjoy your Christmas in July. Thank you very much, Stuart, for coming on and being this week's guest.
Yes.
Tyler, all the best with your move. Yes,
Thanks for
of
having
course.
me.
All the best with your move on
Yes,
Monday.
new
We can't.
location.
Yes, we can't wait to hear, because I know you're going to come and tell us all the giggles next week. So you guys stay tuned. Be blessed. Wear your mask, and I'll see you next week. Peace.
All right.
Bye.